Alright, so we will cover like what is the object and what is the reference. Okay, see, in Java language we cannot write anything outside class, right? Everything we want to do we have to do that in a class. So it's a pure object oriented programming language. Okay, I can have more than one class in my file, in my single file. Okay, so consider this, I have created a class oops concept, and this is the name of my class. Okay, and to create the object of this, I will write the name of my class, then the object name. Okay, I can give any name to the object equals to new and the class name. When I write this line, the object is actually created in the memory. Okay, and like suppose that I have some function here. Okay, test function, and it prints something. Okay, a test function. Then I can use this reference. Okay, and using this reference I can call that function. Okay, so that function was called a test function. Okay, I can have the variables in a class. Okay, similarly I can use the same object to get the value of that variable, and I can print that. Right, this was the one class. Okay, this is object and this is the class. Okay, so what is the difference between the class and the object? The difference between class and the object is that whatever features that I will define in a class, okay, like it has a variable and it has a function, okay, then this object can access only these functions. So class is like a blueprint of a object, and object is an instance of a class. Alright, so I will run this, and it has printed the value of a, variable a, and that message. Okay, so in Java two things are created. This is the class file .java, okay, that is readable, and after compiling it we get a class file which is not readable, which is partially readable, we can say. Okay, I will show you this file. Okay, this is the Java file which is readable. When we compile this file we get a class file that is in the bin folder, and this is the class file. If I open it, it is like this. Okay, I'm not supposed to modify this class file, because if I will modify this class file, then I have to compile my program again, then only this class file will be created. So this is a class file which is machine independent. Okay, what I mean by that is, like I have written the program and executed on my Windows machine, I can take this class file to some other machine, okay, like Macintosh or Linux or any other Solaris or any other machine, then this class file will work there if I have not modified it. Okay, so this is machine independent. Okay, this is the feature of Java which makes it platform independent. Right. So this is a class file. I cannot modify it. I can modify, but I should not modify it. If I will modify this, I have to recompile my program. Then only this class file will be executed. Alright. See, as of now, it is printing the value like 100 and a test function. Okay. Now what I will do, I will modify this. Okay. I have added some extra words, and I will save this file. Okay. I have saved this file. Okay. And I will run this again. Okay. So I got this exception in main thread. This is because I have modified the class file. Okay, and there is a bytecode verifier in Java. Okay, that verifies the byte, and it has identified that there was some modification in the class file. That's why I'm getting this message. Okay, to overcome this, I have to recompile my program. Okay, then this class file will be created again. Okay, see, again this is coming. Okay, because I have modified the class file. Right, so that feature makes it secure. Okay, we can compile the programs using command prompt if we have JDK and we have configured the environment variable. Okay, I think I have covered that, and if you have doubt, I can cover that again, how to configure the environment variable. Okay, so this was about the one class. Like there was one class in my program. Okay, I can have multiple class in my program. Or second. Okay, I can have n number of classes in my program. Okay, but I cannot mark more than one class as public. Okay, I cannot mark more than one class as public. I can have only one class marked as public, which is my main class, that is oops concept, and the file name of this should be similar to the name of the class which is marked public. Right, so I have created 3 class and I have run this. Okay, now what I will do, I will go to the place where it's stored. Okay, if you look at the source folder, there is one Java file. Okay, there is one Java file, and in my bin folder there were 3 class files. Okay, third was created, second was created, oops was created. Okay, so the number of class that you will have in a file, the number of class file will be created. So I was having 3 classes, so 3 class file was created here, right? So I can write functions inside it. I can define anything in it. Okay, so these are marked as a default. Okay, public is a access modifier. If I don't write anything, that it is a default access modifier. Okay, we will study what are modifiers, the public, protected, and all that. Okay, so as of now, this is like the object-oriented concept. Okay, I can extend this class in this class. Okay, I can reuse my code, and that I can do using inheritance. Okay, we will cover inheritance as well, and Java support only single inheritance. How we can implement multiple inheritance in Java, we'll see that also. Okay, so as of now, this is the name of the class. If I write like this, the name of the object equals to new concept. Okay, so this is the object, right? So class and objects and object reference are clear, I think. Like this is object reference, this is actual creation of the object, and this is my class. Alright, so if you have any questions in this, you can ask me. Alright.
Hello.
So now we will start with start. Yes.
Yeah, you just said something regarding environmental, right?
Yeah, environment variable. Yes.
Can you please tell it again?
Of course. See, when you install JDK, okay, folder like this is created, and this is my JDK. Okay, and inside the commands that I write, the Java C and Java and all that is present here.
Yes.
Okay, so if I have not configured my environment variable and I try to compile my program using command prompt, I get error that Java is not recognized as internal external command. Right, so for that I have to configure the environment variable, and to do that I have to go to the properties of my computer. Okay, under advanced system setting, okay, under the advanced tab there is a button environment variable. Okay, so I have to click on this. So there are two things: user variable for the particular user, that is my profile, okay, and the system variables. I can create the path folder in any of them, but I prefer writing in the system variable so that it is recognized for all the users. Okay, and to create the path, you have to click on new, type path. Okay, and in the variable value, go to the location, not this one. Okay, go to the location inside Java, inside JDK folder, and inside bin. Okay, and make sure that you have installed JDK after downloading it from the website. Okay, then you will get this JDK folder. JDK stands for Java Development Kit. Copy the address bar. Okay, copy the address bar, paste it here in the variable value. Okay, and press OK. Right. So after that, if you will type Java, then you will get some error like this. Command prompt. Okay, some message like this. So it is recognized now. Okay, so by this you can compile and run your program. Okay, you can compile and run your program. To compile your program, you have to type Java C and name of you have to type Java C and name of your program, right? And to run your program, you have to write Java C name of your program. Okay, after going to the location where your program is actually lying. Okay, if it's in D drive in some folder, then you can go to that place and you can type this Java C name of your program dot Java. This will compile the program and the class file will be created. Alright, and to run your program, you have to type Java and the name of the file. Okay, file name without any extension, that will execute your program. Alright. Okay, try this, and if you have any problem, I can answer. Alright, now guys, we will see static and non-static thing, which is very essential in Selenium. Okay, while creating framework, we have to take care about these things, static and non-static thing. Okay, as of now, we have seen that I have created, say, I create a function. Okay, I create a function test, and using my object, I can call that function. Okay, but I cannot directly write this. Okay, like test, I cannot directly call it. Okay, this is because this is a non-static function. Alright. Okay, give me a minute, guys. Okay, so first we will see the static thing, how that works. Okay, hello and welcome to Java, and in between I will write a function thread.sleep. Okay, let's run this and see how it works. It has printed hello, and it has paused for 2 seconds, and then it has printed welcome to Java. Okay, so this is a class. Thread is a class. Sleep is a function that is defined in the class thread. Okay, but if you see that I have not created any class thread in my file. Okay, but I can use that. Okay, nor I have written any function sleep, but still I can use that because this is a static function. I don't need to create the object of this class in order to use this. Similarly, I can define my own function as a static function for which I don't need to define the object of that. Okay, so how to define a static function? Okay, the access modifier. Static is a keyword in Java. Okay, public static, the return type, and the name of the function. Static function. Okay, I can directly call that function. Okay, I can directly call this function, but it is recommended to call the function using the name of the file, name of the class. Okay, so static non-static is my class name and dot function name, that is static. So I have not created any object here, but I can call that function. Okay, now see this. I will remove this keyword static from here and I will give it test function test2. Okay, and it will be non-static function. Okay, I cannot call that function. Function2 is not coming here. Okay, even if I write it directly, I will get error. Okay, I get error. Change modifier function of this function to static. Then I can call it. Okay, so to call this function which is non-static. Okay, non-static function are simple function in which you don't write the keyword static. That's it. Okay, and to call this function, I have to create the class first. The object of the class equals to new object, and using this object, I can call that function. Okay, function2 is now coming. Okay, I can call using the object the static function as well, the non-static function as well. But without object, I can call only the static functions. Okay, so now this function is coming. Right? Similarly, I can mark variables as static and non-static. Okay, so this will make a concept clear to you. Okay, I will create a new program for the variables. Okay, there is only one copy of variables created in the memory or the functions. Okay, whichever things are marked as public or sorry the static, there will be only one copy of that in memory. Okay, take this example, int say variable com. Okay, and I give it a default value as 0. Okay, and here what I have done, I have created two objects. Okay, I will print the value of that com. Let it be 0. Okay, I will print the value of that com. So for that I will write obj dot a. Okay, and using the second object as well. Sorry, it's com. Okay, so it has printed 0 0. Okay, now see, I am changing the value of that com using the object 1. Okay, object 1 dot a equals to 100. Sorry, it's com. Okay, I'm changing the variable com and I'm setting the value as 100, and I am using the object 2 and printing that variable, the value of that variable. Okay, it was not changed because I have not marked as static. So I will now mark it as static. Okay. So I have marked it as static, and I told you that there is only one copy of static elements created in the memory. Okay, so the value of com was changed for object 2 when I have changed it using the object 1. Okay, so in memory how it look like. Okay, like there will be one object, this obj. Okay, there will be one more reference obj 2. Okay, and there will be two objects created by these lines, the new and the name of the class file. This will be one object, this will be one object. Okay, this reference will point to this one, and this reference will point to this one. Okay, but the com variable, okay, this will be common for these two objects. This will be shared by these two objects. Okay, so when I modify the value here using the first object, using this object, it was affected for both the objects. Okay, so if I use the object 2 or object 1, the value I will get 100 because it was recently modified. Okay, so static is something which can be called without using the object. Okay, and there is only one copy of that variable or function in the memory. Okay, and that is shared by the number of objects that we create in the number of objects we create. Okay, like here we have created 2 objects. If we create 100 of objects, then even there will be one copy of com and it will be shared by all the objects. Right? And if I don't write, okay, and if I don't write static for it, this will be non-static, and this will be for the particular object, like the number of object. If I have declared 2 objects here, then 2 copy of this element will be created in memory. But for this, there will be only one copy in the memory. Right? So this is static and non-static. Is it clear, guys? Okay, if you have any doubt, you can unmute yourself and you can ask me. Right. Okay, so concept of class file we have seen. Okay, now what is a jar file? Okay, like in this one, I have created number of classes here. Okay, I have created number of classes here, and a number of class files were created. Okay, suppose that if I want to give my code to somebody else, if I want to distribute it, okay, so then I have to, I can give them as a jar file. Okay, Java archive. Okay, so what will happen in that? All the class files will be put into a jar file. Okay, there will be a jar file. Okay, and all these classes, the class file, not the Java file, all the class file will be put in this. Okay, as of now I have 3, so all the 3 will be put in this. Okay, and if there are more class files, if there are thousands of files, then I can put all them in the jar file. Okay, I can put all them in the jar file and I can distribute them. Okay, and to create the jar files in Eclipse, I can go to File, Export, okay, Java, jar file, next. Okay, and I can select the class that I want to, the projects that I want to add in it, and I can finish. Right, so that will create a jar files. Similar is with this. This is Java runtime environment that is essential in your project. Whenever you will create your project, this will be added automatically in it. Okay, so these are jar files. Okay, these have nothing but the class files. Okay, these have only the class files in it. Okay, so jar file is something by which I can distribute my code. Okay, so Selenium comes in a jar file. Okay, so this is Selenium. Okay, and if I go to this download tab, this one is. Alright, so this is download. Okay, if you go to this website seleniumhq.org and this download tab, okay, you can download this. Okay, 2.24 is the latest version that came yesterday. Okay, so you can download this zip file and you can save that file. Okay, I will save it. It's 21 MB. Okay, so this is the jar file of Selenium. It has a number of jar files. Okay, that is the latest one which I'm downloading, and I can show you the previous Selenium versions. Okay, so this is like this. These are the two jar files. Okay, see, you will get a folder when you will extract that zip file. You will get a folder like this, Selenium, then and the version name. Okay, and if you open that, you will get two jar files lying outside. Okay, and if you explore this libraries, then you will get a number of jar files. Right. Okay, and if I want to use the Selenium jars, then I have to add the external jars in my project. Okay, I'll go to the properties. Okay, I will select this Java build path. Okay, and even at the time of creation of your project, you can add this. Okay, and if you forgot to add this, you can add by this way. Right click on project, go to properties, select this libraries tab. Okay, select add external jars. Okay, I will add these two first. Okay, so in the left reference libraries, all my Selenium jars are added. Okay, I will create a program that will for testing it. Okay, I will write web driver equals to new. Firefox driver. Okay, and I have to import that, and that is lying in org.openka.selenium. So I will import that, so it's there. Okay. So when I run this, okay, a blank Firefox was opened. Okay, and if I run this now, okay, it has opened the google.com for me. Okay, this was for the Firefox. There are different other browsers that is supported by Selenium. Okay, so I'm opening currently that in Firefox. I can use Internet Explorer driver as well, and if I run it now, okay, it will open the same thing in Internet Explorer. Okay, so far it's fine. Okay, I can use Safari, I can use any other browser. Similarly, I can use Chrome driver, but you have to do a little changes in the things if you are using Chrome. Okay, if you execute like this, okay, you get a error that system property webdriver.chrome.driver should be specified and the exe can be downloaded from this place. Okay, this is the place from where I can download the exe for the Chrome driver. Okay, just a minute, where it is. Downloads. Okay, I will send you the link. Just to come here actually first, but they have changed it a little. Okay, so when you will download that, I think that I've kept in my D drive. Yeah, you will get a Chrome driver exe like this. Okay, it's a small exe of 2 MB. Okay, you can put that in at a safe place. Like I have kept that in my D drive and Chrome driver. Okay, so to use the Chrome driver, I have to set something. Okay, system dot set property. Okay, in key I have to write this. Okay, it's a little trick. It's a little complex for this, but don't worry. You have to write just this line. Okay, system dot set property. In key you have to write this WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver, and in the value we have to give the location where that is lying. Okay, it's lying in my D drive. Okay, Chrome driver.exe. Okay, so it's all set. Okay, and if I run it now, okay, it launches the Chrome and it will take me to google.com. Alright. So this is how we can download and use Selenium. I have to download it. Okay, you have to download it and you will get a zip file like this. Okay, extract that and you will get a folder like this. This will contains all the jar files that you need to use Selenium. So while creating a project, okay, or even after creation of the project, you can right click on the project properties. Okay, select this Java build path. Under the libraries tab, click on add external jars. Add all those jar files that you have downloaded. Okay, and then you can use Selenium. You can start writing the Selenium script and that will execute. Alright. Okay, so this is Selenium's API. Okay, it has a lot of jar files in it. Okay, and all those jar files have different class files, right? So this is how we can download and use Selenium. Okay, so today we have covered these topics like the OOPS concept, what is object, static and non-static, okay, concept of class file we saw, okay, jar file and the use of jar file. I gave you example like the Selenium jar file itself. Okay, so we did this. Core Java we saw, the Selenium we saw, downloading Selenium and creation of object like Firefox, IE, Chrome we did, right guys? So if you have any questions regarding the things that we have covered today, you can ask me. Okay, and if you have any doubt regarding this syllabus or any doubt, you can ask me. Alright, so have you received the recorded video of yesterday's class, the URL?
Yeah.
Right, so I have recorded the today's session as well, so you will get this also. And do you got the access to the videos of qtbselenium.com?
Yeah. Only first few.
First 3.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you want the videos, like all the videos, then you can contact Ashish and he will give you the access of all the videos.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so this will be for today's class, and tomorrow we will cover interface and all that. Right?
Okay.
So that was all from my side. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
Nothing, Dheeraj. Can you please send little early today's recorded session?
Sorry?
Yesterday you sent the recorded session, but it was little late. So can you please send it little early today?
Yeah, of course I can send. Like after recording, it takes like 15-20 minutes, to come from the server. The link come after like 15 minutes.
No, that is
So
okay. After 1 or 2 hours at least.
Alright, definitely I'll send you.
Yeah.
Alright then, so I will stop sharing my screen and that will be all for today's session. Tomorrow at the same time?
Okay, fine.
Okay then,
Yeah,
bye.
thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.